My name is Millie Salmons, and we are going to be talking about summer learning for your child. Now, by a show of hands, how many of you gave your child some schoolwork to do over the summer, or plan to in the future if you're going to have children in the future? Raise your hands. Okay, so 4 out of the 6 of you decided to give your child summer schoolwork. Okay, for those of you that said, I never gave my child summer schoolwork, this speech is probably going to make you wish you did. And for those that say, I am going to give my child summer schoolwork, this is just going to help you give more information and to persuade you. So my goal in giving this speech is to persuade you that children do need some forms of summer schoolwork during the summer. Now, you all have children or will have children in the future. So this speech is going to persuade you that your child does need some summer schoolwork. Now, I've conducted a lot of research and have found a lot of information on this topic. And I've learned that summer schoolwork comes in all shapes and sizes. It doesn't have to be hard, and it can actually be fun for a child. Parents of students should strongly consider giving your child academic schoolwork over the summer because learning loss exists. It can close gaps on misunderstood subjects, prepare the student for the next school year, and can provide students with fun ways to stay proactive academically. First of all, learning loss is prevalent in children of all ages. According to Cicerelli, who wrote 7 ideas to prevent summer learning loss, research indicates that most students lose about 2 months' worth of equivalency of math over the summer because learning is not embedded into their environment. Also in reading, if students do not read consistently over the summer, they also lose 2 months' worth of reading skills. In an article written in the Salt Lake Tribune, Rosemary Winters informs us that students from low-income families are disproportionately impacted. There's an achievement gap between the low-income families and families that can afford camps and travel and have time to read with their children. Winters goes on to explain that you can see this achievement gap in achievement test scores. Low-income kids are losing more knowledge during the summer. And according to Donahue and Beth Miller, children from families with financial resources receive additional learning provided by camp, travel, summer activities. Secondly, closing the gap on misunderstood subjects can be done in fun ways over the summer. According to Margaret Lavin, who wrote Summer Learning Can Help Close the Achievement Gap, summer learning programs aren't just to keep your child busy over the summer. They can be the difference between academic success and falling far behind your peers. And not only does it create academic success, but it also gives them social engagement. Summer learning programs are offered at local libraries for little to no cost. Or you can just use the library as a free resource. These are 2 great ways to close the gap on misunderstood subjects so that your child will be ready to move on to the next grade the next school year. Also, it prepares your child for the next school year. By doing this, you can introduce new material. This is going to get them ready. You can do this by giving your child a grade-appropriate workbook. This is exactly what my parents did when I was younger. They would go out and buy me one of these books that was for the grade that I was going into. And you can do the different activities specializing in math and reading. And lots of times the grade is going to be up in the top right-hand corner. And you can use these books to look ahead, to find out what your child's going to be learning. Or you can do them to catch up. So if you didn't understand a subject fully, you can use these to go back and make sure you know what you're doing for the next school year. But of course, your parent will probably have to go to your teacher and find out what your child will be learning so that they'll know how to prepare you for the next school year. There are many fun activities to keep a child proactive academically over the summer. Some math ideas given by Margaret Lavin include recording the daily temperature. This can be done by creating a chart of every day during the summer. And your child can go outside, look at the temperature, come back in, and write it into the chart. At the end of the summer, your child can notice the changes in temperature. Look at how the changes are by month, when it gets hotter or when it gets colder. This way they're staying involved with their numbers, in the form of math. Also, conducting yard sales can be beneficial for the parent and can be beneficial for the child. In a yard sale, a child will be able to deal with numbers by checking people out and also pricing items. They're able to add and subtract the items when people come to purchase, or they can price items by what they're valued. Also, simply by going to the grocery store with your family. Give your child a pencil and a notepad, and when you go through the grocery store and you start to add stuff to your cart, let them keep up with what you have and the prices. So when you get to the end of the line, they have their number and then you have the number that it actually is. That way that they can work on adding and subtracting. And they'll also have you there to help them. Also, math can be done in the home while you're cooking. Whether you're making a pie and you're cutting it into halves or fourths, or if you're putting a liquid or solid into measuring cups. Children are able to work with fractions, subtracting them, adding them. The last two options are costly options, but they are beneficial. The first one is the YMCA summer camps. I know firsthand that these are beneficial because I am a YMCA summer camp counselor. These are good for social engagements because they're with kids all day long doing stuff to get them used to one another and to keep them active. But also, not only is it good for the child because they're with other people their age, it's also good because they incorporate reading into their program. Many days, every day during the day camp, children will get in groups, or we'll have one big group and we'll have a reading time. They will have the option to read out loud with their group, or they can just read to themselves. This is also a good option to keep them reading over the summer, if you put them in a day camp. The last option is the after-school program. Many county schools will offer a summer after school where their child can stay for the entire summer. And like the YMCA summer camp, they incorporate reading. And there's also social engagements because you're able to play with the kids and do different things. But they incorporate reading, so that's another great thing that will keep them academically proactive. Summer learning can help decrease summer learning loss, close gaps on misunderstood subjects, and prepare the child for the next school year, and can provide students with fun ways to learn and stay academically proactive. You as a parent should strongly consider giving your child some summer schoolwork because of its positive, beneficial outcomes.